Well, I'll be talking today about breaking do not it's one of the 10 commandments. Do not break wedlock or don't get a divorce. Um so today's day 68 of 90, Monday. Uh, I can't really say anything about divorce because my parents were never married, but I myself was never married. I don't have any kids, so I don't know. I just never got that lucky, but I know some friends and relatives, cousins and stuff like that in the past. They had kids. They had gotten married and went through divorce, and now some of them are paying child support. And um, I guess I just never got that lucky to get married. Who knows? Maybe if I would have got married, I'd be filing for a divorce too and paying child support. And so I'm glad none of that ever happened. My thing is, my take on it is wait on God. That's to me that's the best thing. Otherwise, stay single. But I got some verses here. 1 Corinthians 6:18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man does is without the body, but he that commits fornication sins against his own body. Um, I mean, that includes masturbation, watching porn, all that stuff. So, Jeremiah 1:5. Because, well, I want to talk more about that verse. When you sleep around, you commit a soul tie. And once you do that, there's no coming out of that. Not that easy. Not without fasting and prayer. So, that's real dangerous. So, Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you. And I adorned you a prophet unto the nations. That is so awesome. My uncle, he was like, we got into an argument one day and he was like, if it wasn't for your dad, he wouldn't be here. That's not true because that's what this verse says. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you and ordained you to be a prophet among the nations. In other words, you're chosen. That's awesome. Psalm 139:16. Your eyes did see my substance, yet being imperfect, and in your Sefer or Bible, all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. So after you were born, you seen his creation, so you knew within your heart that he existed. I didn't understand back then, but I know I wasn't here by accident. And later on learned that it was God and the Bible. But this verse right here, the next one I'm going to read, this put a stop. As I was writing this solved everything. Just now. All these years, I couldn't stop thinking about God. And now I know why, because of this one verse. Psalm 139:13 and 14. For you have possessed my mind. You have covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows right well. Right here, for you have possessed. That's what God did. He took over and he possessed my mind. That's why even now I can't stop thinking about him. It's awesome. And then, just to take that a step further, he's the one that formed me in my mother's womb. He thought about me before I was even existed. And you ordained me to be his elect, his chosen, his ordained prophet. Wow. I mean, all of that. Powerful. And in his word is alive and living, pierces a man's soul, heart, mind, and soul. Just like a double-edged sword. Wow. Just blows my mind away. This is, man, I feel God's presence right now, that electricity. Just as I'm touching the paper. It's not even the Bible. It's his word, but word for word, I'm sitting here touching this. It's like electricity. It's power. Just, I think about that. Like down in the desert fasting, and when I'm sitting here fasting, it's like I'm trying to figure out what's my gift. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I've had dreams. I've had discernment. I've had empathy, or compassion, you could say. Self-control. What are the fruits of the Spirit, right? Self-control, compassion, right? Long-suffering. And then you got the gifts, right? Discernment, dreaming dreams, stuff about being attacked, Jezebel spirits, dreamt about stuff that was going to happen in the future, like tornadoes going through North Dakota. That has came to pass. I dreamt about a cop one time. He beat up his old lady, and he knew that I knew. So, and then I had dreamt about Jezebel spirits attacking me, wanting to give up. And then I had a dream about Trump laying down in the casket. And that hasn't happened yet, and I'm not wishing that, but that's just what, I was shown in my dream. And so I'm sitting there fasting, and I'm praying, and it's like, why am I so interested in fasting? What's this old ordeal about fasting? And then every once in a while, when I would come off my fast, I would just begin to weep, just uncontrollably for no reason. I would look it up. Finally, I ran across a practice, where you can say an old art that the church don't even practice anymore. Nobody has hardly ever heard about it. And it's called travailing. And I still don't quite understand it, but I learned last night when I was watching YouTube videos and looking at different images and websites like that. Travailing is intercession. It's prayer. But it can only be brought about with, it's just something about, if I want to see breakthrough in my life, if I want to see God's purpose, and it's only going to come about with fasting. I could sit here and pray. I could sit here and be obedient. I could sit here and read his word. I can even sit here. I could be on the highway worshiping God, but nothing's going to happen unless I fast. That's why I say I got to get back down to Arizona. I got to finish what I started. 21 and 40 days is what I'm looking at. That doesn't mean that when I do that, something's going to happen. But what I'm saying is, fasting has to be a lifestyle for me. This is going to take time. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. But to tell you the truth, I'd rather be down there away from my family. I'd rather be down there where it's nice and warm. And I just gotta go back down there. It's all there is to it. But that's all I gotta say. But woo, I can feel God's electricity. I can feel His presence right now just talking about it. It just brings me to tears. It's just, God is so amazing and so awesome. I gotta get back down there. I have to. My life depends on it. I just pray that God would protect me and on the way down there, I can make it down there. But if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. You're more than welcome to comment down below. I thank each and every one of you subscribers for hearing me out. I just pray for more. I pray that I hit that 500 mark before I leave. So we'll see you on the next video.